So you've decided that you want to get more serious about your screenwriting career and are beginning to look at products that will elevate your game from the free screenwriting software that you have been currently using. If you're looking for some good free software, screenwriting software, I'll include a link in this video to allow you to take a look at 6 great options. In today's video, though, we're going to be looking at some software that helps take your screenwriting to the next level by offering you better features, tools, and functionality. However, there is a trade-off in that it does come at a price, or more precisely, a cost. And all of these pieces of software I've used before. I know there are many more out there, but any one of these 5 definitely will help raise your screenwriting game if you use the features and the functionality and the tools to their fullest. And as I do with all the software that I look at, I always tell you what's good and bad about the software. I'm not just going to say that all these softwares are flawless. They are not. They all have their idiosyncrasies. They all have things that work well and do not work well. But I try to give you that as part of the review as well, too. All the links for the software will be in the description section. Also, some of those links will be affiliate links, and all the money I raise from the affiliate links will go back into the channel, allowing me to purchase different types of different types of software, so that I can review them for you, as well as I've had people ask me to do different screenwriting software courses as well too. So any type of affiliate links that you select will help with supporting the channel and allowing me to keep doing the content that I am doing. Thank you for your continued support. Our first one is the granddaddy of screenwriting software, Final Draft. First, a quick bit of history. Final Draft was co-founded in 1990 by Mark Madek and Ben Cannon, who recognized that Hollywood lacked a word processor capable of automatically formatting a script to the entertainment industry's stringent standards. And Final Draft became the industry standard, which is also a little untrue in some sense, because of all the different screenwriting software out there, the real industry standard could be argued to be PDF format. However, a lot of the industry does use Final Draft, and I know whole writing rooms that get this piece of software when a new TV series begins. Final Draft, even though it's the OG in the space, they still deliver a lot of value. So let's run through a lot of the features. So taking a look at the Final Draft page, we see that Final Draft 12 is here. You can buy now and save 20%. And you can see that the special upgrade price for right now is $79.99. To be honest with you, I've not had to pay $100 most times when I have been upgrading my Final Draft copy. I've always seemed to get it during a sale, so there's always a lot of times. So that's why I was listed the price for an upgrade as about $80 versus $100, because there seems to be a lot of times, and I think their pricing model is going more to $80 versus $100. So some of the things that I really appreciate about this version of Final Draft, I like the powerful story planning. With Final Draft 12, you can brainstorm, visualize, outline, report, tag, and collaborate and customize your writing environment like never before. I love the enhanced beat board, as you can look at some of the features of this. Beats can be anything, such as plot points, character arcs, research, or location ideas. Beats can contain both stylized text and images. You can connect beats using flow lines, color code for easy reference with a vibrant color palette, and send beats directly to your script for easy access. Then you can now see the new outline elements as well as the outline editor, and you can and some of the things that I just pointed your attention to is, again, it uses multiple lanes to organize your screenplay structure, adjust the size of beats in the outliner editor for a bird's eye view of your script, show the outline in your script for easy access, and unique indents allow the planning structure on multiple levels. And so as you think about fixing your script or doing the rewriting, which is the process I'm doing right now, it's very helpful to have that outline and be able to move things around and do it so organically and so with such a nice color palette. You also have script notes, which at the current phase of the rewriting I'm doing script notes right now. So again, allowing this to do this in your script, you can add notes that appear as flags on the page for easy reference. You can click the flag to open and edit notes in a popover. New flags show how many notes per paragraph, and popovers sync to script notes in the navigator. So it's a very helpful process, and I'm noticing this as I'm doing my own rewriting as well. So some other fun streamlined writing and editing tools. It has night and focus mode. Night mode is the one that I tend to use, so I find that very helpful. It's really good about tracking changes. You can import PDFs. This is something that Final Draft has been working on, is the collaboration feature. So this is something that You can collaborate simultaneously with your writing partners in real time on both the script and the beat board. And this is sort of a breakthrough from different types of software, and that you can, it's not just a script you can work with, but you can also work on that beat board or that imagining time or that pre-work. It has speech to script. It customizes the max dictation feature so you can write your screenplay without even touching the keyboard. It has insert images, which a lot of screenwriting software does not have. And so this is another big one that they do. Smart text uses to cut down on keystrokes by autofilling commonly used names, locations, and more. Again, believe it or not, a lot of programs don't do this, or you have to click on it as a feature. This is something automatically done in Final Draft and saves a lot of writing time. Another feature I love with the editing is you can use alternative dialogue to store as many different versions of lines as you can imagine. I think this is helpful too. So if you want to see how a set of dialogue works between two characters and you're like, I don't know if that's going to work or not, you can try it and then try different lines of dialogue, and you can also comment on each of these things. And finally, it has dual dialogue, which again isn't always easy for some screenwriting softwares to do. Kitsonaris currently right now does not support dual dialogue, and it doesn't necessarily happen a lot in other it doesn't always happen a lot in scripts, but when it does, it's nice to have that feature. The next feature I really enjoy about Final Draft is it does have a mobile dimension as well too for your iPad or your iPhone. Notice there's not an Android, just so you know that there's not an Android feature as of the recording of this video. And you'll notice too that the mobile is fairly cheap. It's only about $10. But there's a catch. So it's basically about writing, editing, and printing. It doesn't have all the same features as the regular program, because you're probably going like, yeah, I could spend that little amount of money to buy this. The problem again is you need a desktop version in order for this to work. And so you can see what you do get. You do get a fairly good comprehensive amount for $10. You get the perfect format, the easy to use, the save and share, the write faster. You can write while on the go versus having your laptop with you. And you have more character features, or more features as well as we look through this. You have character highlights, script notes, script markers, outline view, title page, revision tools. So you get a lot of stuff with this, and at the low price of $10. But you have to realize, again, you need to have bought that desktop version of Final Draft. Wow, Final Draft has a lot to offer. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, that these features aren't free. Final Draft does cost, at the time of this video, about $199. However, this is a one-time fee for that version of the software. To be transparent around that, about every 2 to 3 years, they also come out with a new version. Now, the good thing is that normally only costs you about $80 for the upgrade. An important thing to note, though, is you don't have to upgrade. And I know several screenwriters who haven't and are happy with their version of Final Draft. And if you're wondering, Final Draft is the screenwriting software I use the most, simply because of all the tools and features. If you have the money and if you like or need these types of features, it is a great bang for your buck. If you're looking for a lot of cool features but can't break the bank for Final Draft, you might like our next offering, which is Scrivener. Coming in at a cool $49 and now available for PCs, it's another one of my favorite screenwriting programs. You get a ton of features for your money. Today we're looking at the features of Scrivener 3. As you can see here, you have from blank page to book page, your way. Scrivener unites everything you need to write, research, and arrange long documents in a single powerful app. At its heart is a simple ring binder metaphor that allows you to gather your material and flick between different parts of your manuscript, notes, and references with ease. Break your text into manageable sections of any size and leave Scrivener to stitch them together. Integrating outlining tools let you plan everything first or restructure later. And as your project grows, you'll find that Scrivener grows with you. And that is one of the reasons why I've bought Scrivener and used it in the past. It is a wonderful program when it comes to that. And it does that to a T. You can see some of the features as we go down. You can piece it together, switch instantly between editing your manuscript one section at a time and together as a whole. Working on a long text is easier when you can break it into smaller pieces, and Scrivener gives you complete control over how small or how large these pieces are. Novelists can write each scene in a separate document or whole chapters as one. These can be split into arguments or chapters or paragraphs. However, you can take it apart. And Scrivener innovative scrivening mode lets you put the pieces together and edit them as though they were part of a single document. And so this is one of the reasons why I've liked this as well too. I've also worked on books and stuff. It has a familiar text editing. It's got wonderful styles. You can import stuff. You have a wonderful corkboard feature, which is one of the first reasons I bought this, because as most of you may or may not know, I love the corkboard. It helps with, it's one of the easiest ways for me to know how to do my planning. You have an outliner. You have templates and icons for screenwriting, whether you're drafting the next blockbuster, writing for stage, or penning a comic. Scrivener's familiar screenwriting features deal with the formatting, leaving you to feel free to focus on the action. And when you're done, you can print directly from Scrivener or export to industry standard software such as Final Draft. You can view documents side by side, which I find is a very powerful feature. You have full screenwriting. I'll read a little bit of that for you. So blank out the rest of the world while you write, or at least the rest of the screen. One click and everything else fades away, leaving you just your words. Prefer an old school green text or black theme while you write, or perhaps a countryside backdrop to serve as inspiration. Scrivener's full screen composition mode is fully customizable, and how it looks is up to you. This is your writing space. Get comfortable and get typing. Another thing I like is that you can set targets and track practice, which is setting a word or character targets for your entire manuscript or for sections within it, or set a target for the current writing session. You can use metadata, you have collections, you get to choose the tools. Different writing projects demand different thought processes, and Scrivener's flexible interface adapts to the work at hand. Arrange index cards along colored lines on the corkboard are perfect for tracking different storylines or thematic developments. Experiment and place cards anywhere in free-form mode. Choose which columns are shown in the outliner or create your own. Use the corkboard or outliner to browse through research while you write. Make a mess or keep it simple. Whatever you're writing, you get to choose the tools that work for you, and everything else stays out of your way. And of course, they have the print, export, and publish. Another thing I like about this is they do have autosave and backups. You can write anywhere. And you have snapshots. So never be afraid of rewrites before embarking on a major revision. Take a snapshot of the section. You'll be able to return to that earlier version whenever you want. So another wonderful thing that you won't see in a lot of other free screenwriting software programs. It's stuff like features like these with the auto backups and auto saves and snapshots, which you sort of think are no-brainers, but are not a lot of times presented in free software. The nice thing about Scrivener is that you can also buy it for your tablet. And the nice thing about Scrivener, just not buying it for your tablet, so it costs $19.99, but you get the whole program. Yes, you heard that right, the whole program. It's not like Final Draft where they give you a thing that doesn't give you all the bells and whistles. All the bells and whistles are given when you buy the mobile version of Scrivener. What I also like about Scrivener is that it's also more than a script writing software, but you can use it for writing books as well. If you're looking to level up your game and only want to spend a percentage of what you would spend on Final Draft, give Scrivener a definite look-see. Our next software is a favorite of Last Jedi and Knives Out writer and director Rian Johnson, and this is called Fade In. It's a little more expensive than Scrivener, coming in at $79.95, but this is a one-time price. And let's take a look at its features. Fade In. It has a fully featured application interface. It features a universal state-of-the-art application interface. It does everything professional screenwriters need and expect their softwares to do. It does it on Macs, Windows, and Linux, providing an optimal experience no matter what platform you use. Fade In mobile is also released for iPhone, iPad, and Android. I will just tell you right now that the reviews on the mobile app for Fade In are horrible. It's only $4.99, but it acts like a $4.99 app. Which I can't tell you the number of reviews that I have seen that just really roast this one. So I would say this is not a good feature for Fade In, so I would not use the mobile app until they get it working a lot better. At this particular point in time, like I said, there's a lot of problems with it. But let's take a look at some of the other features that I really do enjoy about Fade In. It's got extensive formatting capabilities. The software takes care of script formatting for you, automatically transitioning from one scene heading to action to dialogue as you type. It includes a full range of standard screenplay styles. You can use built-in default styles, customize them, or create your own. Control all aspects of the page layout and appearance, and even tweak individual line lengths and single key press. It has autocomplete typing, collaboration. It has a In real time collaboration capabilities. You can work on the same screenplay at the same time with multiple collaborators, no matter where they're at in the world. Unlike other softwares that only allows one person to work on a document at a time, Fade In allows collaborators to work independently with changes being reflected in all collaborators' copies in real time. It does support image support. So again, this is one thing that a lot of Screenwriting software does not support is image support. So this is something that I think is, if you like to put a lot of images in your screenplays, this is something that you should need to think about. Has some wonderful organization and navigation. You're not limited to organizing your screenplay by scenes and index cards. You can organize it and color code it however you like, making significant sequences, plot points, themes, characters, and other story elements, so you always have a clear overview of your work. There's no distractions, a page only. You can look at it. You have full screen mode, allows you to concentrate on the most important things with writing. It supports multiple file formats, has a powerful writing and rewriting tools. You can use the dialogue tuner to see and edit all the single character's dialogue in one place to check for consistency in voice. Plus, check word use frequency to find overused words. Automatically adjust line lengths to avoid an extra couple of letters, turning one line into two, and much more. It's great for revisions. It has breakdowns, reports, and taggings. And we did talk about the mobile. You can also use cloud storage. You have open file format, which unfortunately, like I said, I've heard a lot of when people ding Fade In, this is where they feed it, where they sort of ding it with, is they say the open file format is not as good of a feature as they would like. And you can also see that it has a lot of other good features as well too. Now, I have used Fade In the past and found it was fine, but it was not my cup of tea. However, I think it's a great choice as one of the screenwriting softwares that can indeed help level up your screenwriting. Our next software is one of those early OGs in the space, which is Movie Magic Screenwriter. Like its OG brother Final Draft, Movie Magic Screenwriter is spending at about $250 for that first download of the software and about $90 per version upgrade. However, like Final Draft, it has a ton of features like, as we begin to look at Movie Magic Screenwriter, we can see on their webpage that for over 30 years, Writer Brothers has created the best writing software for stage and screen. And why do so many in Hollywood recommend Movie Magic Screenwriter? It's because it's easy to learn. You'll be writing in your script in under 10 minutes. It's easy to use. All you need is the tab button and the enter or return key, depending if you have a Mac or a PC. It's professional and powerful with the newest production tools in the Movie Magic Screenwriter 6. You'll wonder how anybody else ever made movies before, and of course, free technical support. So what's new in this particular version? You can see it has 8 instructional templates. It's got 10 industrial standard blank templates to help you format for your screenplay, TV show, stage play, radio play, etc. It's got 12 sample files from the pros, including 2 new sample files, which is comedy story arc as well as radio play. It has over 86 TV templates, so you can see it has a lot of templates. It's got a fully editable index card view, which is, one of the things that I really enjoy. It has updated tools optimized for the latest versions of Windows and Mac OS, complete thesaurus. You can import text features, text-to-speech engines lets you hear your character's voice through your computer speakers, which I think is pretty neat. Export or email your script into many other formats, including PDF, which we talked about earlier, is sort of really the industry standard. And it has that patented auto backup feature. You have an online collaborator that lets you write online with a writing partner thousands of miles away. It has new production features, easily trackable all revisions from spec to final shoot, full production tracking reports, full production breakdown reports. As you can see, it has a bunch of different things for the part after the screenplay is written. So some of the things that make it a competitive edge over Final Draft and some of the other softwares we've talked about, it's got the nav doc, which lets you navigate through your document by using 4 different methods, either the outline, scenes, notes, or bookmarks. The nav doc lets you see as many lines of the element as you want, not just the first line or scene heading of a scene, for example. It's got full featured outlining, so it's an outlining feature is completely customizable, fonts and color controls. You can create multi-depth outlines and customize them on the fly. You get notes. Screenwriter lets you show or hide notes directly within the document. And it tells you a comparison between Final Draft. You must click on an icon first, but the note disappears the moment you begin typing. So you have note categories. It lets you create multiple note categories, each with its own text and background color. Customizable document windows. the most complete production script feature set. Again, if you're using this software for more than just writing your screenwriting, but to do all the other set pieces as well too. As you can see, it was designed originally by working script supervisor and has the most comprehensive and flexible set of features available to any screen word processor for both TV and film. You have the best import features, ease of use. Now, one of the reasons why I used Movie Magic Screenwriter when I first began is because of these other products that they have. They have Dramatica Story Expert, which is newest software based on the Dramatica Story Development System. It's a powerful new writing tool for both aspiring writers and established professionals, which is a wonderful product that I've used before. Or Dramatica Pro. Got a story in mind? How about an idea for a story? Either way, Dramatica Pro is a great place to start. It has Outline 4D and the Writer's Dream Kit. And each of these are an additional product that I have used as well too, and I've been really happy with these different products, though they are not cheap at all. If we look at the Dramatica Story Expert, I think we'll see that its price is at least $100. Let's take a look at the store. As we look at the store here, you can see that each of these, Dramatica Story Expert is about $200, Dramatica Pro is $129, Outline 4D. These are all good, helpful products, especially for beginning writers to help get their ideas on the page. And again, the problem is you're going to have to pay for them, and they are not cheap by any stretch of the imaginations. Now, back when I first started screenwriting, I was using this software a lot because of all the peripheral software that we talked about, which could help with your writing. Now, it is a little more spendy, but do these features and add-on programs get you stoked about writing? Then this might be the software for you. And our next one is Arc Studio Pro, a software that I have begun to fall in love with over the last couple of years. It's a newer type of software, and we'll talk about its pricing in just a couple of minutes. But as you can see, this is more of a cloud-based software. So at least the Pro version is. We'll talk about some of the other versions here in a second. It's got an industry standard formatting. It's perfect formatting, stay focused, auto completion, and intuitive shortcuts, safe and sound. Another thing that, again, I love about these paid programs, they tend to have auto backups, so you never lose your work again. And it's automatic revision tracking, delete some text that you want, we keep it for you, which is a nice feature again, so you can find that if you didn't like taking out some pages, you can go back to a previous issue or a previous revision and change it. You have tools for creative storytellers, taking your screenwriting software beyond industry standard formatting. Build your story structure with Arc Studio Pro Studio Plot Board, very much like the beat boards that you see in Final Draft and stuff like that. And it does play well with Final Draft. As you can see, this is sort of the difference between that and Final Draft. It's supposed to have a better design, more intuitive shortcuts, a minimum interface, smart formatting, better collaboration, write seamlessly in real time, as easy as Google Docs. It has better plot board, organize your beats in acts, columns, and intuitively change your structure with drop and drag, and a better autosave with every keystroke automatically synced to the cloud with redundant backups for extra security, which again, like I said, I've seen so many cases where people have lost their writing. That features like this for these paid programming is just a must, and it's so helpful so that way you don't lose your work. You can see your virtual writer's room, everyone on the same page, collaborating in real time, invite co-writers with a single click, so it's more than just one person, and I think that's pretty neat. So let's take a look at the pricing, because there's a couple different pricing models for this. To be comparative with the other ones, you'll see that I'd probably go with the Pro feature. Now, the nice thing is that it does have a free feature. So you can try Arc Studio Pro out and see if it's something that you'd want to try. I really sort of am kicking myself because at one particular point you used to be able to buy the software for just $97. But now you have they're doing a subscription model, which is $99 a year. With that being said, though, they have done a lot of upgrades. There's always a lot of upgrades in between. From just even my last time I was in the app about a month ago, and when I got on there last, there was a huge update with a lot of quality of life things that they've done. So let's take a look at just what you get for the Pro versus the Essentials. So again, the interface is really nice, stable and secure cloud sync, automatic backups, upgrades, included, which again, if you think about it over a period of time, in essence, Arc Studio Pro over a period of time will cost about the same as Final Draft when you include, if you would continuously upgrade Final Draft. So I think in overall, it's about the same bang for your buck. You can do comments, fountain, and Final Draft export. And the only bad thing is if you do the free version, you can see it's watermarked. And you get only 2 script, and it's a browser app and it's not a desktop app. So again, if you don't have a lot of Wi-Fi or internet access, you're not going to be able to use it. And so that's sort of the downside of just the free version. But as you can see, with the Essentials and the Pro version, you get a desktop app. You can also get a iPhone app or an iPad app. You'll notice that with the Pro feature, you can get your collaborators with that. You also have outlining tools, history, revision management, feedback links, and the stash. Let's check out, see what the stash is. It's a place to put sections of your script that you are not sure about deleting. You can bring them back later if you change your mind and want them back. So I would look at these different versions as Pro is probably more comparable. Again, the Final Draft Essentials is basically for $30 less a year. You are getting basically advanced formatting apps, and you get unlimited scripts, and you get a desk-based program. But if you want all the bells and whistles, you have to go with the extra, basically $99 a year. So I think it's important to also look at some frequently asked questions. Do you have to pay for upgrades? No. That again, as you think of the total price for $99 a year, again, you could have, it'd be about 3 years worth of Final Draft, owning or paying for Final Draft. But at the end of the day, again, with Final Draft, they'll probably have a new upgrade. They'll either go to probably 13 in about 2 to 3 years. So you're basically paying about the same if you're going to get that upgrade. And the nice thing to know is Arc Studio Pro does work offline, but it does have a part where you can be on in real time with other people for collaboration, but that you have to have an internet access, but you can indeed work offline. Do my collaborators need a subscription? Inviting collaborators requires subscription, but the collaborators themselves can just be done on the free plan. So meaning that if you have a plan and you invite people, they can come and look at your script. They do some editing and commenting, are free included in the plan. But if you want them to use some advanced features in the Pro plan, such as outlining, custom formatting, etc., they will need to upgrade. And unfortunately, at this time, there's not an Android app. Hopefully they'll have one in the future. And as I was reading some of the reviews, most of the reviews are pretty good for the Arc Studio Pro app for the iPad as well as the iPhone. And the other nice thing is you don't have to pay for that subscription as well. So that's a little different than Final Draft or Fade In or Scrivener, where you have to pay an additional amount of money to get those features. So in some sense, it has that's something nice that they give you for free over some of the other softwares that we talked about today. So if you're really interested in a software that's continuously upgrading itself, again, like I said, last time I was in there, they had a big update, and they tend to be upgrading every week and increasing features and making more things available. So if you're interested in something that's really cloud-based, that has a lot of people working on it right now, it has a very nice aesthetic, and it has some of the other features, but it's very the layout is a lot more minimal. This might be the type of software to take a look and see if this will work for you. The other nice thing too, again, it's free, so you can try it out and see if you like it. And if you want some more features and stuff like that, then you could just simply have to upgrade, but at least you have that free option to give it a try. So what are your feelings about these 5 software programs? Is there one you really like? Is there one I should have included in my list? Feel free to drop it in the comment section below. Hi, if we're meeting for the first time, my fellow screenwriting enthusiasts. My name is Paul from Small Town Movie Critic. If you're new to the channel, we're all about helping you write that kick-ass screenplay by giving you tips, tools, inspiration, and you know it, like today, product reviews. If you feel this is the type of content that would be good for helping with your screenwriting endeavors, feel free to hit the subscribe button below. If you like the content, please feel free to check out some of my other content, which is about helping you go deeper with your screenwriting. As we do each and every week, I'd like to welcome all of our new subscribers. This week, I'd like to thank especially Healthy Weight Loss Solutions, Andre, and I'll put the last name here, and I'll put the next one here, and then Apostle Samuel, I'll put your last name, PhD. Thank you all for walking with me through our collective screenwriting journeys. I wish you all luck in your future writing and your filmmaking endeavors. My hope for you this week is that your screenwriting goes well or your rewriting goes well. I hope you've been able to carve out some time so you can work on that next kick-ass screenplay, because only you can make that next blockbuster that will help other people fall in love with storytelling like we all do. So until the next video, keep writing and have a blessed day.